So, who is a hero? Maybe Superman, Spider-Man, soldier, president. Who is a hero? The definition for a hero in Wikipedia, it's someone who has changed a social perception or caused a revolution. But when I think about it, hero is someone who has completed the impossible. My impossible journey began in 3rd grade, 2 weeks before Hanukkah holiday. I began to feel ill. I threw up all the time. I was exhausted and had no energy to do much during the day. I lost a lot of weight and I was always thirsty. We finally saw our family doctor. She told my mother that they had to run some tests. A few minutes later, we were told by the nurse to go immediately to the hospital. On the way there, my father immediately told us to calm down. He said that they were exaggerating and being hysterical about the whole situation. When we arrived at the hospital, I remember the staff immediately started to preparing my vein for an IV. They poked me no less than 21 times. At some point, I fell asleep, and I realized as I was waking up in the middle of the night that I was connected to several machine tubes and infusion bags. I think you would all agree that this is an unusual experience for an 8-year-old boy. After a long, nerve-wracking night, we were admitted at the hospital. During this time, I was forbidden to eat and drink due to my high blood sugar levels. My fast continued throughout the night, as well as the following 24 hours. If you add up the time, I hadn't eaten for approximately 48 hours, and remember, I was only 8. Only in the second night was I allowed to wet my lips with a damp sponge. As an 8-year-old boy, I wasn't aware of what was happening to me and what was going to happen to my family. My mother and my father kept taking shift looking after me at the hospital. But all I could think about was how terrified I was of the fact that they might be leaving me. A couple days into my hospital stay, I saw my father crying for the first time. To this day, those 5 seconds haunt me like a video in my head that replays itself over and over again. My father, the strongest person in the world, who never feared anything, the one who always calms us down when we cry and picks us up when we're done, was praying and crying. My father never cried. That's when I realized that something would change forever. 5 years later, when I was 13, I asked my father why he cried, and he told me he had been afraid he was going to lose me. He explained that my life been in danger, and I could have died. It was only then that I realized I was lucky to still be here, alive. Oh, I think that this speech gets a little bit too deep, so let's begin some tension out. My name is Yogev, I'm 16 years old, and I have type 1 diabetes. I have a question. When you look at me, what do you see?
Very tall. Boy. Very tall.
And a big smile.
Well, for the starter, in most ways, I'm just like you. I eat, drink, study, fall in love. I'm loved, and most importantly, I'm alive. There are a few things that differentiate you and I. For example, I have a special best friend. My girlfriend, At first in our relationship, we run into each other about 12 times a day. Some people may call it painful love. After a year, she forced me to buy devices. As you can see, we do not separate, even not for a minute, as you can see. My girlfriend is diabetes, and she has been with me for almost 8 years, 12 months a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours in a day. Which means she's not so independent, and usually relies on me to take care of her. She is very needy. I can't eat without checking and injecting. My friends call that eat, drink, sleep, insulin, repeat. I don't live with diabetes for a semester. There's no vacation. So as of today, we've been together for 7 years, 8 months, and 2 weeks, ending up to 40,052,100 minutes as the clock is ticking. But who's counting, right? We've had our ups and downs, but she's the one who made me more mature, responsible, and taught me how to accept the different path life has to offer, even though they may be tough and different from what I thought. At first, my classmates didn't accept her. They teased me, stole my equipment, and ran away with them all around the school. They said that I got sick because I was fat. Well, maybe I'm a little fat, but I can assure you that that's not the reason I got diabetes. On the bright side, diabetes has given me an opportunity to form some of my closest friendships and meet some of the extraordinary people who inspired me to become who I am today. My diabetic friends and I understand each other in a different level. We like laughing and playing, but we are also there for each other in our darkest time. When we feel the world is falling apart, these people are my friends for life. We depend on each other. We are a unit, a nation, family. One day, I heard from this friend about an amazing place called Jordan River Village. They told me that the village is an amazing place and there is no other place like it in the world. I didn't believe them and I said I would go and check it out. I did, and in April 2017, I went to the Jordan River Village for the first time. The night before I was to attend camp, I was anxious and had to tell myself to calm down. The next morning, I went to the meeting place for my ride to the village. There was a nice counselor waiting for us. Children of all ages arrived, and they all had a common denominator, diabetes. We traveled together, laughing, talking, and getting to know each other. Then we arrived to the hospital. We were in shock. The place is huge, the vibe was exciting, the music was loud, and the people were fun. Everything is happy and full of life. At that moment, I realized to understand the village motto, celebrate life. The vibe from the first moment stays, and the smile does not leave your face, not even for a second. There's even a feeling that you smile in your sleep. The village has a logo consisting of three symbols, a heart, a tree, and a sun. The tree, strong and safe, symbolizes the safety of the village. No matter how challenging experiences are at the village, we are all safe. The heart, love, symbols that the village will love you as you are, without conditions and without limitations, and you will love them back. And it teaches you how to accept the difference. The sun, sunrise. At the village you will shine, fulfill yourself, achieve your impossible. Of course, during my session, we were accompanied by a skilled medical team, including a doctor, a nurse, and a paramedic. I talk a lot with a paramedic. Remember that, please come back again. During my time at the village, I had experiences I would never have had an opportunity to do in my life. The climbing wall was an impossible challenge for me. And after everyone went away, my counselor, Eliasaf, called me and said, "Come on, you climb your nut, right now." And so I did, one step, then another, then another. I got up and I looked down, and I did not believe it. And that is where my new belief in myself started. We had non-stop activities, wood burning, therapy dogs, sport, dancing. Oh yeah, the dancing. After each meal, we all gather in a big circle and just dance. So if there was something that might bother you, it will evaporate because we did not stop laughing and smiling. At the end of the session, we all cried, wanted to stay. But other children also have to enjoy this amazing place. So we promised ourselves that when we grow up, we'll come to volunteer here, and we will continue this happiness. In retrospect, the village gave me maturity, responsibility, understanding, ability to deal with difficult situations. And after all that, I can assure you, Jordan River Village is an amazing place. One night of the session, I spoke with my counselor, Omri. I told him about my dream to help with ambulances. I told him how I love the noise of the siren and the flickering red light. I'm one of those children who grew up watching Grey's Anatomy, Blackout, 911, and all the other emergency medical series. There is something addictive about the adrenaline, the uncertainty about what's going to happen. Every time an ambulance passed by, I wondered what was going on inside. I told myself, one day I will be there. I will save life. And my fear of how could someone who did not help himself help others. Omri told me that success came from a success. And if I help other people, I might be able to help myself. The impact of the village live with me every day, and it steers me to following my dreams even at the young age of 14. After my experience at the village, my father started an EMT course. We studied together. I asked questions about disease, and I read his medical books. I was committed to join an Israeli organization called MDA Youth, which allowed teenagers to actively help on ambulances. At first, there is a 60-hour course that usually takes about a year to complete. It's a long and hard course that take a lot of energy and free time. Then there are more courses, multi-casualty event and intensive care ambulances, and finally, advanced life support. The first thing I did when I got home from the village was to check when the next course began, and I signed up. With the help of my father, I managed to pass the final exam, and I completed the course with honors. But I had to tell until I turned 15 years old to start and volunteer. Finally, my first shift came, and we received calls about an elderly woman who did not feel well, a woman who was going to have a baby, and a cyclist who had an accident. Ordinary cases, but as I imagined, my adrenaline was pumping, and I completed the shift with the satisfaction of helping others. When the patients say thank you, you can cry with happiness. A paramedic explained to me that you get to people in their lowest condition, that they ask for help. No one wants to ask for help. So from this situation, the patient tell you thank you, it's amazing. A few months after starting to volunteer, I got a call from the village, invited me to a hero's journey. It's a new project of the village, an opportunity for some teenagers living with different disease to go on a 5-day outdoor journey, hiking, camping, and much more. It was an amazing journey. And today, here I am, alive, living from the lesson I learned from the village, a volunteer in MDA, and I have type 1 diabetes. I did my impossible. I'm a hero. Without the village, I couldn't be who I am today, and with your help, we can make other kids living with serious illnesses to become a hero too. Thank you.
I have to say that I want to give my perspective as Yogev father, as the family, of what we experienced from the village. We weren't there. He was there by himself. This is part of it. Because having a kid with diabetes makes us as the parent to be worried all the time about what is going on. We need to check to make sure that he checks his blood sugar rates and make sure that he's injecting enough insulin and in the beginning it's like waking up in the middle of the night. I will say that it wasn't my responsibility because my wife was taking care of it. She's the tiger, she's the one to do all the, and if she's not here, I can speak as much as that, but she's not here. But she was doing that. But as a family, as parents, we need to take care of it and to make sure that he's taking care of his diabetes. Approximately the time that he first went to the village was this time that he was like, there's like a shape of he's taking care of it, everything is going okay, he understands and takes responsibility, and then there's a drop. And in this drop, the kid just like say, this is not mine, I need to have my time to do what I want, the diabetes is yours, take care of it. I don't want to know about it, I don't want to hear about it, this is your problem, not my problem. And even the doctor from the clinic told us that it is normal, this is something that happened and we need to know how to deal with it and to wait until it will go away. Right about the time that he had this and it's like get to the peak of this part, he heard about Jordan Village and he came and said that he want to go there and we said okay, you can go. And we didn't understand the impact that it will make up until he got back from there. When he went there, it was in this part of, I don't want to hear about it. When he got back from there, it was like, whoa. In the other part, it's like, I'm taking responsibility for my diabetes. I know what I need to do. I know that I need to do that. I know that this is impacting my life. I know that the influence it will make. We sat on I think it was the second Shabbat after he came back from there, and I was telling Sharona, my wife, I was telling her, what? And she said, he got back from there. I think that he might have done something over there to make him understand what he needs to do and take responsibility. So this is like its impact on us, and then you can all agree. Yogev, close your ears for a second. You can all agree that for a 16 years old, he speaks and acts and perform not as according to his age. And this is like this since he was 14 when he went there. So it kind of changed the personality, and give for him. I can only speak for what I know from him, and I know what he's telling about his friends that he met there. These friends is like friends for life, as he said. I get to meet one or two, right?
Two.
And you see this. You just see the difference and the impact that this journey and the experiences that they have there. I didn't understand it until a few months that Yogev was going to this hero journey. When we got the call from the Jordan village inviting him to do that, there was no question. What we need to do to send you there, go. We know that this is something that is so it contributes so much to him that we are not going to miss it for the world. And the cream on top was that we got invited to see the village in the end of this week. So we took a day off and we went there, and as I was telling some of you, when I got there, it's like, wow. You understand what he says about the vibe, about the feeling, about the thing that just wrap you from all angles and make you understand that you're safe there. One of the things that I remember from this very first moment that we got there is that all the kids and the counselors, they're standing in two lines, and every family that comes in, they just like, ooh, like that, and with a lot of energy. So no matter what, you drive for 2 hours and you're tired and you've got a headache, or the kids just drive you nuts, it just poof. So I'm thinking about the kids that coming over to the village, and this is the first thing that they have, like poof, everything gone. You can be whatever you want or whatever you are, and everything is cool, everything is okay. I have to say, from my experience, this is great. And I told, when they called and asked if we can come and speak about the village, I said that it is an honor for me, and an honor for me that Yogev is going to speak about it, because I truly believe this is a very great place, and it does change families. It's not only the kids, it's the families. It changed their perspective. It gives them that, like, I'm trying to think about a family that have to deal with diabetes. Okay, we can deal with it, but if you have a kid like with CP or something like that, that you are always around him, and you get like a week that you know that everything is fine, he's got medical treatment, and if something goes wrong, they know what to do, and you can go and get a good night's sleep. This is what Sharona told me. Sharona told me after he went there that it was the first week that she had a good night's sleep, knowing that he's okay. If he's got a hypoglycemia, so they will know what to do. Hyper, they will know what to do. If he has, I don't know, whatever, they know what to do. So we can go and get a good night's sleep for a week. It's like, okay, that's enough for us. I can go on and speak, but again, I wanna say that it's an honor for me and an honor for Yogev to come and speak and do this, and I really hope that it will make an impact and that you can help continue this.